Okay, so here we have a shot of you from down the line, what we call down the line, and now we can see your alignment in relation to the alignment rod is a little bit closed. I have a line off your toes there, but in relation to your feet, your shoulders are open, and I really think that's partly because your right hand is so low on the club in relation to your left hand, and your hands are so far apart from each other that pulls your right shoulder forward and down, which causes that left shoulder to be much higher and open relative to the target. So let's start the takeaway here and see what happens. So we look at where we're at when the club is parallel to the ground. Your club is actually parallel to your feet and not parallel to the target line, which is going to cause obviously a lot of problems because you're just not square to the target. Keep coming up. You're right on plane right there. You got back on plane, so that looks really good right there. And now if we look at you at the top, you can see how your club is pointing slightly right of where your feet are at, but way to the right of the target line. And at the top, that shaft should be pointing down the same line as parallel to the target line, or the orange rod that's sitting on the ground there. And keep moving. So right there, you're actually looking pretty good again. You got it back. The face is very square, and if we continue that line, you're right. You're not far off there, so that's good. Not far off at all. You can see how your head is moved again. It's actually dropped down a little bit away from the green line that I had on top of your head. And now you're quite a bit shorter than you were when you were at address. But again, you got the club back to square pretty good there. Club face looks a little bit open at impact, I would say, not quite closing that toe up. But you can see you got to go a long way from there to get back to square, and you're not quite getting back to square. You can see how that face is open at impact. Like to see that club out in front of you more with a more extended right arm there for power. And now you can see how you got flipped through there. That club should be out in front of you still, and then the follow through. Actually, that looks like that ball went out there pretty good. Now you can see it going to the right. So that's what it looks like from down the line.